Oh, welcome, Andrew.
Thank you for asking to see this new toy.
Yeah, well, last time I saw you were driving a, what is that, 1954
Lancia Appia,
Lancia Appia with, what, 54 brake horsepower?
46.
46.
No, 36.
36
Yes.
frisky horses.
And this has 252.
And weighs
I'm not
half.
sure what the weight is, but it's a lot heavier than the original Alpine A110.
Yeah.
Because this is aluminium. The old classic car had glass fibre body and was very lightweight.
Yeah.
So I love my white wheels. They're not everybody's choice.
Yeah.
The worst thing is the brake dust and how
brake
they get
dust,
dirty
yeah.
really quickly.
Well, you just need to get a big pack of microfiber cloths, and then every time you park, just go out and clean it up. So you're the original owner of this?
Yes.
Yeah.
18 miles when I collected it 3 months ago.
Wow. And what made you go for the Alpine compared to everything else on the market?
When I first saw it, I sort of, obviously it looks like the classic one to a degree. Some of the styling cues are from the old car. And I read up on it, and I like the specification of it. I like the fact that it's not too big. It's not. It is still quite wide, but it handles absolutely beautifully.
You could mistake it for a Lotus if you were quite far away, couldn't you?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what it is still. A lot of people sort of say, "Oh, never heard of that."
No.
But yeah, I mean, Lotus, I love Lotus and I love Porsche, but this was my choice, and I test drove one 3 years before I bought it.
Yeah.
So I had it in the back of my mind. I couldn't justify changing it back then, and then COVID happened, so that kind of put a damper on things.
Yeah. So how long did you have to wait after putting in the order?
4 months between I placed the order.
That's pretty good.
I think it's good. I think other versions of it, the new R version and things, I think the waiting list for those are much longer.
Did Renault make this with anyone, or did they do everything pretty much in-house?
Originally they were tied up with Caterham.
Okay, yeah.
But Caterham pulled out of the project, so obviously Renault sort of continued with it. If you notice, there's no Renault badges anywhere on the outside. If you look inside the engine, which is a bit difficult to get into actually, you will find the name Renault written on a couple of small components, but it's all very.
I
just want.
It's a shame actually, because for me it's always Renault Alpine.
Oh yeah.
The classic ones. I love the classic ones. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
And this is actually a very nice homage as well.
They
haven't copied it. They're just taking inspiration.
Yeah. Because actually the mechanical layout is very different in that the engine is transverse and it's rear mid. So the engine is literally behind your seats, which enables you to have a rear glove box behind it. So I can't really call it a boot.
No.
It's a rear glove box.
Rear glove box, yeah.
And the construction is totally different.
Let's have a look at the boot space then while we're at the front here.
I'm on my way to the Netherlands, so I do have a little bit of luggage with me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's.
Luckily, I don't need.
You're travelling solo. Yeah.
I'm travelling solo.
So what's underneath this? That would be the front suspension or whatnot.
Yeah, the battery's under here.
Yeah.
Obviously, there isn't a spare wheel. I've got one of these.
Get your window wiper.
Kits, which I've never used. I hope I don't have to use one of those little kits.
No, should be fine. If you're driving on good road, punctures are usually caused by screws and nails and stuff. So, fingers crossed.
I'll show you my rear glass.
It's a tank in the front then here.
Yeah, it is.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. The range isn't particularly long.
Oh yeah.
Tank isn't that big.
This is my hand for reference. In case you go biking.
Yes.
Good. You got a That was quite a spacious, I would say it's quite a spacious glove box. Just slightly awkward to get to while you're driving.
Slightly. I've got my certain things inside the car, like the warning triangle and my eyelids, which obviously is a requirement for driving.
Yeah.
I've got that inside the cockpit, so hopefully won't need that.
It's something special seeing a brand new car, you know, maybe 25 years from now somebody will be looking at this video going, oh, that's the damper I need for the boot. Yeah. So future Alpine enthusiasts, this is the way it should look if you want to recreate that sticker. I'm being a bit nerdy now.
It should be one of those pop-up spoilers, doesn't it, like some cars have?
Yeah, so the engine basically is in there.
In there, yeah. 1.8 turbo.
So I would say this is probably better to not work on yourself.
I'm not intending to.
No. See if we can. I guess we're just going to see. Yeah, we can't really see any evidence of an engine at all. But that's fair enough. Are you enjoying the last gasps of the internal combustion engine while you can still buy them?
Yeah, well, I think this is probably going to be my last new car. I'm hopefully got a few more years in me yet, but
well, this one should outlast anyone that gets it if you take care of it.
yes.
This reminds me of my Studebaker Hawk, had a similar logo on the side.
Yes.
Of course, this does not go for red, white, and blue. As the Studebaker was referring to the American flag. I do believe this goes for the French flag.
Yes. So I've got my red, white, and blue. That was kind of not.
Well, you can infuriate the French and say, well, it's for the Union Jack.
Yes.
Let's have a look at the interior. That is. I like a little bit of trim for the sill. Bit of proper quality here there with the lifting of the trim piece. But besides that, everything is very nice.
The seats are extremely comfortable.
Yeah, they seem to have very good support as well. That's to air your neck. If you drive fast enough, you can get Alpine imprinted in the back of your head. Cool. Getting to the engine, I think, will be pointless at this stage, wouldn't it?
It takes some while to get into it. It's not just a case of you have to undo 3 screws inside the rear glove box.
Yeah.
This lifts that props up, and you have to undo all these little screws, and the whole cover comes off. But it is quite a sight to behold. In fact, it looks a bit like C-3PO from Star Wars has been recycled on part of it. There's one kind of gold part.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what part of his anatomy it is.
Well, I'll see if I can find a stock photo of the engine of the car, and we'll.
I've got some I can send you.
Yeah, do that. Send me a photo of the engine, and then we'll edit that in, because we're not going to start dismantling your car before we go. All right, I've been invited for a little drive in the Alpina. Actually, we had to close the boot because it was pinging and telling us we had to close it, but off we go. It does tell you when something's wrong, doesn't it? I don't think an old Alpina would do that. This is the closest I've ever been to being in a spaceship, Andrew. I feel like I'm in some kind of French sci-fi movie from the 80s.
Well, do you remember the Citroën CX and the interior of that? That was very much like a spaceship.
Again, this is less spaceshipy like that. Okay, maybe this is more a 2000 space movie. So how do you feel the acceleration and everything is in this?
Oh, it's more than adequate for road use.
Yeah.
And I didn't need the S or the GT version, they've got an extra 50 brake horsepower, but
this just works, doesn't it?
I just don't think it's needed.
No.
And even the salesman told me that.
Going to go into the driver's seat here. So do not eat your, it's not soda friendly interior. So keep your soda away from your seats.
It's the dog hairs I'm most worried about.
Yeah, he's got a lovely boxer, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pebles. She's not wid. She gives you a bit of freedom to leave her at home or with your friends, doesn't it?
She's, yes. She usually does everything with me, but because I'm going to Holland, it's going to be impossible.
Yeah. Sweetest, most slobbering pile of lovable dog you'll ever see. So you can send a picture of Pebbles as well.
I will. Pebbles is very well taken.
Yeah. Well, here we are behind the steering wheel of the Alpine. So we have the automatic, but you can also go on the paddles. I'm sure people have done a lot of in-depth information about the gadgets and bits and bobs on the car, but all I care about is that you, on a modern car, is that you have a sat nav. You can see you got a steering wheel, which is good. It's kind of cool. It's very kind of like reminds me a bit of kind of a 70s.
Yeah.
You know, when they had these big, I don't know what cars have it. I've seen it on certain American cars as well, where they have this big, huge lump in the front. But of course, you have to have it because of the airbag. And yeah, this kind of spaceship thing. Should get a little cross here in between here. That'd be cool. So you can pretend you're aiming at stuff.
Put your foot on the brake, you can start it up.
Yep. All right.
Start.
Ooh.
You may rev it.
All right. We'll just make sure it's in neutral. We also have a. Let's go. So very sophisticated. It does promise a bit of excitement, but it's not like your an original one you would be shaking.
Yes.
And yeah.
I've never driven the classic one, but apparently it had 2 turns from lock to lock.
Really?
On the steering, you know, it was a fabulous lightweight projectile apparently to drive beyond the rear wheels.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I could maybe have a hat in here. So headroom's actually, for me, it's great. I think even think my friend James could fit in here.
Yeah, I'm finding it. I'm 6 foot, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's no problems. Nice headroom. We have definitely a 2-seater sports car. You cannot have more people in here, but good headroom. And how is it to get out of? Yeah, not too bad. Not for me anyway. Brilliant. I really like it. I think it's. I think you've done a very sensible and reasonable choice in your choice of new car.
I've taken the view that if it's good enough for Gordon Murray, who uses one, and James May and 1 or 2 other people who should know sports cars. I think if it's good enough for them, it's certainly good enough for a mere mortal like me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Somebody who just loves cars.
Yeah. Well, it's very nice because you have pretty much night and day when it comes to performance. Because you have the Appia, which I'm looking forward to do a comparison with the Aurelia, because basically we can put the
definitely,
the back in the day, what would have been your expensive and slightly less expensive option next to each other.
Yeah. I haven't named this car yet, but I named my classic Lancia.
Yeah.
Stefano.
Yeah.
This one hasn't got a name, so.
Well, I think you need to drive it a bit more, and it will build a personality.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Andrew. I'm sure people
to chat about cars.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I'm very not nerdy when it comes to modern cars, but I like this. I think this is I can see this being a classic. It's an instant classic, basically.
I think it's a modern car for people that don't like modern cars, which may sum me up a little bit.
Makes.
I'm certainly not interested in mainstream modern cars.
No, because you could basically, I don't know how much this costs, but you could probably get a Porsche around,
Porsche
or
Cayman, I'm not really sure prices. I mean, this the starting price for one of these at the moment is £52,000.
yeah,
that went up since I bought this one.
Yeah.
By about 2,000. I've got a few extras on it, so obviously it's a bit more than that.
well, you make a deal with the dealer and whatnot, but it's yeah, I don't know, maybe Porsche's a bit more expensive, but you know, you got. It'd definitely be competing with a few other two-seater sports cars. Is it?
I think I like the fact that a lot of people don't seem to know what it is. Oh, Alpine. Ooh, don't know what that is. And I quite like that because I mean everybody sort of thinks, oh, Porsche.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, I'm kind of struggling to. It's kind of got its own design language. There's so much things going on here. So yeah, it's cool. So of course, I will always be biased to the classics, but I do understand this fully. And you want something practical.
I just wanted an everyday car.
You know, you want at least to have room for 2 shopping bags in the back, and
well, I've got the VW camper when I go on holiday. So
Yep.
if I want to carry people, I can use the VW camper. So
no, perfect.
this is ideal.
Well, yeah, thank you very much for popping by and showing me it. I do hope to be able to go for a drive in it one day, if you dare. Once the engine's running. Cheers.
Please turn next right.
Okay, switch that off, yeah.